Okay, so picture this. You're sitting down with your child and you're about to give them one of the most important lessons they will ever learn. A lesson about money, but not just about coins and bills, right? We're talking about the language of money. A language that, if you can teach it to them early, can set them up for a life of confidence, real choice, and true freedom. So where do you even begin?
Well, think about it for a second. Our kids spend what, more than a decade in school? They learn geometry, they learn science, they can probably explain the entire water cycle. But can they explain how a bank really works or what debt actually is? It's this giant gap in their education, and honestly, it's the one that's going to impact their future more than almost anything else.
And that's exactly what we're going to tackle. Think of this as the missing class that they never got in school, the one on how money really works. We're going to break it down into some super simple, really powerful ideas that will actually stick. And we have to start with the most important one of all. Look, before a kid ever learns about saving or spending, they have to understand this one thing, and it is crucial. Money is not who you are. It doesn't define your value. It doesn't define your worth as a person. It is simply a tool. That's it. You are enough, just as you are, long before money ever enters the picture. Getting this one single belief right changes everything. I mean it, because when a child truly sees money as a tool that they control, they learn to use it wisely. And they avoid the two big traps that make so many adults miserable, right? Either chasing money obsessively or being completely terrified of it. They learn to be its master, not its puppet.
So how do we make this idea, this mindset, really stick? Well, there's this incredible story that explains it perfectly. It's the tale of two wolves that live inside all of our minds, and they're constantly battling for control over our financial future.
On one side, you've got what we'll call the broke wolf. This is that voice of scarcity. It's the one that's always complaining. I never have enough, or this isn't fair. It blames other people, and it just waits for things to happen. But on the other side, you've got the smart wolf. Now, this is the voice of abundance. It's calm, it's confident, and its first thought is always, I'll find a way, or I'll learn what I need to learn. It plans, and it acts.
So you have these two powerful, completely opposite forces living inside of us. The big question is, which one is gonna win?
And the answer is so simple, but so profound. The wolf that wins is the one you feed. See, it's not about which one is naturally stronger. It's all about the choice you make every single day. If you feed that voice of helplessness, well, you're just going to stay stuck. But if you feed the voice of action, you will grow, period.
Okay, so we've got the mindset down. That's the foundation. But how do you make this stuff practical for a kid? Something they can actually touch and feel? Well, that is where the 3-jar system comes in. It's a simple, visual, and honestly, an incredibly powerful way to turn that mindset into a daily habit.
It's as easy as it sounds. You literally get 3 jars and you label them: save, spend, and grow. Every single time your child gets some money, they split it between these 3. The save jar, that's for their future self. It teaches patience. The spend jar is for fun and choices now. It teaches decision-making. And the grow jar, and this is the real game changer, the one schools never ever talk about. It teaches them that money can actually work for them. It teaches leverage. And let's just dig into the deeper skills this system builds for a second. Saving isn't just about stashing cash away. It's an exercise in emotional control and delaying gratification. Spending isn't just about buying stuff. It's a lesson in making responsible choices. And that grow jar, man, that plants the seeds of entrepreneurial thinking. It teaches kids from day one that their money can be a little employee working for them 24/7.
But here's the thing. A system is only as good as the habits that fuel it, right? Which brings us to the next absolutely crucial step. We have to completely redefine where money comes from in the first place. We have to shift their thinking. Money doesn't just magically appear from mom or dad. It comes from creating value. And what is value? It's so simple. It's a thank you that you receive for helping someone solve a problem. That's it. Once a child truly understands that concept, they hold the keys to earning for the rest of their life. And this might sound a little harsh, but it's just reality. The world doesn't pay you for just existing. It doesn't pay you for breathing. It pays you for helping, for solving, for creating, for making things better. And teaching them this early on builds adults with initiative, not entitlement. So how do you create value? Well, you can provide solutions, you can use your creativity, you can offer a service to someone, or you can make an improvement to something that already exists. This gives kids a really clear roadmap. They stop asking, can I have some money? And they start thinking, how can I earn some money? A total game changer. All right, let's bring all of this together.
Because let's be honest, the ultimate goal here isn't just to raise rich kids. The goal is to raise calm, confident, and free adults. The true inheritance you pass down, it isn't the money, it's the wisdom to handle it. And we have to teach them the difference between being rich and being wealthy. See, being rich is about the money you can see. It's flashy cars, it's loud, and way too often, it's temporary. But being wealthy, that's about the money you don't see. It's the money you don't have to think about. It's quiet, it's stable, and what it creates is freedom. We need to teach our kids to chase that freedom, not just the flashy stuff. And this right here is the promise we should make to our children. Because money can be lost in an instant, but skills, wisdom, character, that's the kind of inheritance that compounds forever. Understanding is so much more powerful than any amount of money you could ever give them.
So it really all comes down to this one question. The stories that we tell our kids about money become the beliefs they carry with them for their entire lives. Is their story going to be one of fear, of scarcity, of money doesn't grow on trees? Or will it be a story of curiosity and capability and freedom? That future starts at home. So what money story will you tell?